Hello, welcome to today's video. Before I start off, I would just like to say, why don't you subscribe? It doesn't cost anything, and it really helps me out. And join my Discord server, because I'm on there quite a bit of a time, a couple of times a day, I'll say maybe two, 3 times a day. And you can contact me, maybe if you've got any video ideas, which is very good indeed. Now, we shall get on with the video. Today I'm talking about cars which should have been in Horizon 4 but weren't. The reason why I'm doing this instead of wishlist for Horizon 5 is for two reasons. One, we already know all the cars in Horizon 5. And two, this is mainly going to be, or it's all just going to be British cars. So, yeah. And we're starting off with not a TR6, the Triumph Dolomites. This was a 1500cc front-engined, front-wheel drive British saloon car, and it was quite a sporty British saloon car with that. When it was brought out, it was quicker than the equivalent BMW M5, and this was a front-wheel drive car. It was also the first British car to have disc brakes, and the first British saloon car to have alloy wheels as standard. Some of the drawbacks of it were that the wood on the interior wasn't varnished, so you could get splinters from it. But it's a very good car, and to be honest, I think we're sort of missing a couple of these cars because they were very common in England. You do occasionally even see one today. Maybe, well, I haven't seen one in quite a while, but you do see them occasionally, and they're quite sporty, even though they were driven by a school teacher. So that's why I would quite like, I don't know why the Triumph Dolomites should have been added to a Forza Horizon 4, but wasn't. This is our second car, well, not this, our second car is the BRM V16 from 1949. Now the BRM V16 was a V16 race car, had 600 brake horsepower, and went up to 200 miles an hour in 1949. Obviously, this wasn't a road legal car, but why can't we have it? Obviously, we have stuff like this, the Napier Railton. It's a bit older than the BRM V16, but still, and it's one of the best sounding cars I've ever heard. It's immense, and if you're wondering how big this V16 engine, it's immense. This naturally aspirated, I think, V16 with 600 horsepower, capable of 200 miles an hour, which revs up to 7,500 RPM. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but in 1949 it is a 1.5 litre. It's a 1.5 V16, which has 600 horsepower in 1949. That is impressive. That's impressive even for today's standards. And the fact that it can do 200 miles an hour, what other car with a 1.5 litre engine, even from today, can do 200 miles an hour, which hasn't got a turbocharger on it? None. And I do apologise for my bad driving. I am not used to the lack of brakes on the Railton, but there you go. Now, yeah, it was a really, really fast car, the V16, and currently it's been nearly 70 years, I believe, since its first race. So on the BRM YouTube channel there is a video about it, or a couple of videos announcing its engine. So I may put a link in the description about that if I can remember to. And yeah, so that is our second car, and our third car will be the MG Midget. Well, this is an MG Midget. This is an Austin Healey Frog-Eyed Sprite Series 1. And the MG Midget, preferably the 3rd generation, well, actually all of them, was based upon this. The Frog-Eyed Sprite. Underneath, they were the exact same car. Now, it's just different generations. The MG Midget went in production in 1981. That's when it ended production in 1981, and it started off as life as this. Yeah, there's some changes, such as the body. And, yeah. We have stuff like this, Austin Healey 3000, the MGB GT, the MG, and also stuff like that, Triumph TR6, and the Triumph Spitfire as well. So why don't we have the MG Midgets? We have a bunch of different Ford Mustangs, they're all the same. We have a bunch of other stuff, which are all almost the exact same. So why don't we have the Midget? I don't know, but it's a car I thought should have been added to Horizon 4. Is there a reason why it wasn't added? Yes, probably because this was already in the game. But then why wasn't? Well, why is there so many different Ford Mustangs of the exact same generation? I don't know, but yeah. Now our next car is going to be the Bondbook. Now this is most definitely not a Bondbook. This is a Reliant Superfan, but the Bondbook had the exact same underpinnings and looked like a piece of cheese. It was basically the exact same of this, but was a sports version. Had the exact same engine. It was basically like a Hyundai Coupe to the Hyundai i30. If you understand what I mean there. The early Hyundai Coupes, that is. It has no funky mechanical features apart from the way you get in. It has an open hatch like a jet fighter, which is very, very cool and good indeed. There is the same 850cc engine, the same 4-speed transmission, and the same 3 wheels as this Reliant Supervan. Is there anything else good about it? Well, the Grand Tour, you turned one into the UK's fastest vehicle on land and water. I've forgotten what amphibious vehicle. And yeah, so I think that will be the end of this video. I'm sorry I could only think of 4 cars to add. I really tried to get a 5th one, but I couldn't. So thank you for watching. As I said, join my Discord server, subscribe to my YouTube channel which you are watching this on, and go to my Twitch channel, which is a link for that shall be in the description, as well as my Discord server, as I just said. And so yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and goodbye.